back for Game 5, the final game of the night here at the Latitude Longitude Classic at St. Mary's High School. This event presented by the Grind Session on Tanager Sports. A matchup between Minnesota Prep from Minneapolis, Minnesota. They're in the light blue. They'll play Balboa School from San Diego, California. They wear black. Balboa gets the ball first, a miss, and Quadre with the block. Minnesota cracked into our top 9 for the first time this past week. They look to keep their win streak alive, and a slam by Deshaun Cooper. Lukai Patterson brings it up. PJ Edwards around the screen, passes to Quadre, and a great take, good for 2. We're gonna get a travel called. Euro move by Joe Ogabor before he put the ball down. Rudy to here, brings it up for Minnesota. Passes to Lukai. Lukai has the screen, shook the defender, goes left. Skips it to here, finds Decker inside. Rudy can't hold on to it. Out of bounds, last touched by Minnesota. Full court pressure by Minnesota. It's a light man. They trap as they get across the half. Quadre stops the ball, baseline drive. Putback is good for David Hector. Lukai guarded full court by Joe Ogabor. Quadre on the wing to here. Gives it back to Quadre Watts. Now Patterson. Patterson creates space, takes a 3, knockdown. 5-4 Minnesota with the early lead, 2 minutes into the game. Decker met him. Other wing, they get it down low. Good defense by Amon, and the shot no good by Daniel Amaya. PJ. Get it inside to Tahir. Shot clock at 15. PJ reset, shot clock, gotta shoot, gets it off barely to avoid the turnover. Pass up to Cooper, and good. Give Cooper 4 points. Patterson gets past his defender, keeps body positioning on him. Quadre, good for 2, fights through contact. Cooper tried to slam it, he's fouled and blocked by the rim. He'll have 2 shots, foul is on Amon Decker. So that's Amon's first foul, first team foul. Cooper gets his first to fall. second goes as well. All tied at 7. Sorry, it's 8-7. Quadre, high wing, hands it off to Lukai. Open three, Rudy too strong on it. Cooper with the rebound. Hector passes up, intended for a Maya, but he wasn't ready for it. PJ drives. Gets it to fall. 9-8, Minnesota back on top. Hector with it. Over to Joe. Back to Hector on the baseline. Watts with the block, and then we get a foul. And it's Quadre with the foul. James Flippin gonna come into the game after the first David Hector free throw. First one good. Flippin in along with Alton Dubois. And second one rims out. Lukai has the screen, splits the defenders. No look pass to the wing. PJ misses. That's rebounded by Alton. He gets it up to Hector. Dubois back to Hector. 20 on the shot clock. Has a screen high from Cooper. And they're going to call a block on number 32. That's Amon Decker. That's 2 fouls on Decker. First free throw goes for E.J. Neal. And he makes them both. 5 of 6 from the free throw line to start the game for Balboa. They have the early 2-point lead. We are 4.5 into the game. Foul is on a contest. Sorry, David Hector. Minnesota with the ball. PJ drives. Pass inside to Decker. Trying to keep the handle. Flippin pulls it out. And 3 seconds in the lane is the call. Movement up quick. Hector on the wing. Pass to the opposite corner. Dubois. Find Hector again. Out of bounds, David Hector. Lukai across the half. PJ kicks it out to here. And to here. Loses it. Flippin gets it back. Hector picks up another foul. That's 2 on him. Lukai has it. Shot clock was stopped at 20. Lukai misses, flipping, rebounds. Now they get their new shot clock. PJ gets flipping, one-handed pass. Rudy misses. Decker fought for it, but it's Andrew Milo that came away with the ball. Dubois threw a lot of contact. And he's fouled. Alton Dubois at the line shooting 2. First one falls for Alton. Into the game, Jawan Grant for Rudy Tahir. Second one goes for Alton. Lukai to bring the ball up the court. Block called on Daniel Amaya. Four fouls against Minnesota, 3 against Balboa. Grant over to Flippin. Lukai drives off the glass short. Put back no good. Decker. Put back no good. Flippin. Flippin gets it again. Misses again. Flippin gets it again. Juwan inside turnover. A lot of opportunities there for Minnesota Prep. And Amaya converts on the other end. PJ goes behind the back. Stopped on the wing. Decker up top. Handoff to Grant. He shoots through contact off the glass. Good for 2. We're under 9 minutes to go in the first half. It's 15-11. Balboa on top. Andrew Malott passes into Cooper. Stolen by PJ, who somehow gets it in the hands of Grant, avoiding a jump ball. Double team on Grant, flipping. Tries the bullet pass into Grant, has it tipped. Malott now with it. Knocked loose by PJ. Just beats the 10-second count. Neal faked it, pass to Andrew. Shot clock under 15. Blocked by Flippin. Out of bounds, last touched by Minnesota. Quadre back in for Decker. Couple in for Balboa. Corner 3, no good for EJ off the top of the backboard. Lukai has it. They clear out. Handoff to Grant. Nice little crossover to create space on Malott. Misses the shot. EJ Neal with the rebound. Keeps his eyes up, looking for a man. Minnesota stops the transition offense. Andrew, the kick out 3-pointer by DuPont is short off the rim. Juwan brings it up for the Minnesota Prep, reigning Lions. Quadre misses. Rebound And a full court take by Lenz DuPont. He misses. That's Minnesota ball. Lukai has the ball and a 4-point deficit. Alton is on him. Over to Juwan. Passes to PJ. 10 on the clock. Shot clock, that is. And PJ is blocked. Lucata inbound. Get it to flipping. Shot clock running out. Lukai has to shoot it. Knockdown. Andrew up quickly for Balboa. Good defense by Juwan. Andrew, the kick out. Good extra pass. E.J. Neal's at the top of the key. Now the wing. Gets the mismatch he wants. Drives baseline. And a miss. Flipping with the board. Juwan into the middle. Again, shoots through contact. This time rebounded by L.J. Glover. DuBois right at flipping. They got to call that one. And one. So the foul is on Flippin, as mentioned. His second now into the game, Akant S. He comes in for E.J. Neal. Lukai gets double teamed past the Quadre. PJ open three. Splash. 18-17. Minnesota cutting into that lead. Andrew. Open shot. That's off for S. PJ misses. And a fast break layup for Alton. And we're going to get a timeout by Coach Patterson. They trail by 3. Minnesota with the ball after their own timeout. Juwan passes inside. Lukai misses the shot. And out of bounds. PJ to inbound. Quadre inside. And he's fouled. Foul goes against Deshaun Cooper. Quadre gets the first to roll. Second one, no good. Pass back up to Milo. And a three. Alton, the boy, sinks it.
Keep it gap, Alton, keep it gap.
That extends the Balboa lead back up to 5. Good look to Quadre Watts, the no-look pass. As Malott stopped on the baseline, dribbles back to the wing and the top of the key. Cooper now to S. Good defense, 10 seconds on the shot clock. Andrew drives. Back door to Cooper, fakes.
Take the ball out.
So substitution comes in, Amaya for S. Lukai, pass to opposite wing. PJ in the paint, pass on the baseline, and a turnover. Andrew Malott. Ball deflected, good defense. Juwan tips it, last touched off of Andrew Malott. Lukai off the screen. Quadre was open, didn't see him on the wing. High screen, doesn't need it. Open in the corner, Grant misses. Ball tipped, Lukai gets it through contact. Watts now kicks it out to Edwards. Another one by Lukai, rims out. And we're gonna get a jump ball, which will stay with Minnesota. Corner three is good by PJ off the inbounds pass. Opposite end, Amaya picks up his dribble over to Cooper. Now Malott has it. 2 minutes remain in the first half. We're all tied up at 23. Cooper from the free throw, high arcing shot. Doink, 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 basket. Juwan sets up the play. Finds PJ on the wing. He steps back. Long two, a miss, but Watts goes for it. And the basket. Tied again at 25. And we get a foul now on Odier Olange. 3 substitutions coming in for Balboa. First one is off for Lens DuPont. Lens attempts the second makes it, and he will head to the bench as back into the game is E.J. Neal. Luca on point, guarded by Alton. Hands it off to Grant. Decker, who subbed back into the game, has it on the elbow. He goes up and is fouled on the floor. That one's on Daniel Amaya. Luca takes the shot, gets his own board, no look to Decker. What a pass. And Balboa ends up with it. Hector up high, drives right. Joe with the pass to Alton. Under 10 on the shot clock. Could have been a travel. Just get the shot off, doesn't touch anything. And that is a shot clock violation. 24.2 on the game clock. Minnesota has last possession if they want it. Luca across the half, up to PJ. Hurries up, and the lay-in for PJ. Gives them the 1-point lead, and they call Luca on that one. As you can see, they are upset with how lax the game has been called on fouls. It seems like a touch foul. So it felt like good momentum for Minnesota. Could end up to a 1-point deficit at half. Shot is off. Amon to Luca. They call timeout. So we'll have 1.8 on the game clock. Timeout called by Minnesota Prep. Have to get something off quick. PJ on the inbound. Luca takes a long one, and it's wide right. 27-26, Minnesota Prep on top of Balboa at the half. Mikey Davis about to get an interview with Coach Lucas Patterson for Minnesota Prep.
It's my family.
I am here with Coach Lucas Patterson of Minnesota Prep. Coach, you are up by 1 right now. I know you are very unhappy just by the look on your face.
I'm
So
all
tell
right. I look unhappy?
me. You don't look happy.
Yeah. I'm good. I think they just sat around too long. I think we just got to get them kicks out. Be all right.
Tell me about what's going through your head right now. What are you going to tell your team to try to extend this lead right here?
We got to match the intensity, and then we have to finish layups, and everything around the basket got to go in. So.
Good luck in the second half,
Thank you.
Coach.
Appreciate you, brother.
Yep. About 8 minutes. We'll get the coach for Balboa, and then we'll get back with the second half.
The thing about basketball I love is winning. Pretty much, it's my favorite thing. I hate to lose. And second thing I love is just getting better at the game. You know, it's a real fun game to play, and you know, getting better is just a great thing to see. Like, progress for me is just always great to see.
This game of basketball, I love the competitiveness of it. and the challenge I get from it, and I take it real serious because I love the game itself. I don't disrespect it. I respect it a lot, and I work hard at it.
I love basketball because I just been around it all my life. All my parents played it, and I just inherited the love and passion for the game. The one thing I would say is the atmosphere, and the competitiveness. You can sense that out as soon as you walk in the gym. I just love that type of atmosphere.
I just love basketball ever since I was a kid. My dad played it, and I'm trying to get it from my mom. One thing that inspired me is my family, my city. I do it for them.
The reason why I love basketball is because I'm a very competitive person. That's why I store all my energy. When I'm on the court, I'm at peace. And to be honest, I mean, I don't know. I'm just a really competitive person, and I think basketball is where I can put everything at. It's the place where I can put all of my energy and my anger. I mean, I wasn't really fortunate, and basketball is where all my abilities and my talents fall into place, and I just feel like that's what keeps me going. That's what I work on. That's my craft, and that's it.
The grind session is a great circuit. Kind of reminds me a lot of AAU, playing against the best players, the best talent, night in, night out, and it's something that I love to do because playing against this type of talent, it only makes you better. I don't want to come out here and just waste my time and play against some guys who can't play. If I'm gonna play, I want to play against the best.
The grind session is a good experience, and it's a lot of competition, and it's a good way for me and my teammates to get noticed. I'm just really trying to show who the best player is, who the best team is, and I'm trying to show that I'm the best player. So,
The grind session is probably one of the best tournaments and to have the best events in the country. I mean, anytime you can have that much talent in one gym, going against each other every night and competitive, is just remarkable. I mean, for one, it lets you know where your game stand at. Going against these top dudes every night, you just got to bring your A game. You can't have no off day. You just got to go hard and just hold your ground every game.
The grind session has been a grind. It's a great tournament. It's a great idea. Whoever thought of it, and it's been tough, but I like it because it really challenges me. And our team has been a little bit setback. We've been short on a few games because we have a few injuries. But that's the beauty of it because none of it is easy. None of the games are easy at all. We've been playing against the top guys in the whole American country and Canada. They've been playing against everybody in the U.S. here, and it's been crazy.
Oh yeah, the grind session is pretty competitive, to be honest. The last couple of games I played in grind session has been pretty hard. I really had to play to my top game, and no rest, no breaks during the game. And I don't know, I just really like it. It's just really competitive. A lot of great players are in this tournament, and I just really enjoy playing with them, playing against them.
Welcome to the grind. This is the grind session.
Coach Jones of Balboa. We seem to have a theme going today with our games where there's been some great defense play. There's only been, you've only got 26 points this half. They've only got 27. They only got a 1-point lead. Tell me a little bit what's going through your head right now.
I think we need to do a better job on the boards. Right now, they're punishing us. They probably have about 10 offensive rebounds, which is giving them about 2 or 3 second opportunities, open threes. We got to take care of that backboard first, secure the ball, then look to get out and run. I think if we can get that done and then speed the tempo up a little bit, then it'll be more to our liking.
What was your message to your team at the half?
Exactly that right there. We got to put a body on somebody. We got to box out. We got to take care of the backboard first before we start getting out and running. 10 offensive rebounds in the first half is way too many. I mean, those are the kind of statistics get you beat.
Appreciate your time, Coach. Good luck in the second half. We are back with the grind session. Minute and a half, and we'll start the second half to the last game for day 1.
I thought you were going to say a minute and a half, and we'll start the second half of the first half of the event.
I tried. I really tried. Do they have one up there? My knees are killing me too. Who's this? A come up?
We got extra. You probably can, I think.
Hey, if you got extra. I'll hit you up in 16 minutes. No, I'm kidding. You know what?
We got you. We got you.
I'll get back to you in 16. Oh, my bad, Jason. My bad.
We're on a time schedule here.
Balboa starts with the ball. Daniel Amaya had it, sets the screen, pass to the wing. And Lukai with the turnover. Defense coming. And he is fouled. Foul goes on number 14, Joe Ogabor. Lukai Patterson at the line, shooting 2. First one is good. Second falls as well. Lukai's total up to 8. He's got 2 boards, 3 assists, and a steal. Timeout called by Joe Ogabor. He was trapped right across the half. That's a 30 timeout. 4 left for Balboa. Hector fouled by Rudy Tahir. Ball to be inbounded by Lenz DuPont. Mayock catches on the wing, gets it back to Lenz. Shot is off, rebound by Watts. And it's Lukai with it. Pass intended for Decker is out of bounds. Hector with it. Balboa trails by 3. 15 minutes to go here in day 1 of the Latitude Longitude Classic. Been a great day of grind session matchups. Just as good games tomorrow, plus 2 games to be played by local AIA teams. Out of bounds, Balboa ball. Flippin comes in for Decker. Get it to Cooper. He's off, rebounded by Cooper. Kicked up top. So no call on that arm bar. Up to Lukai. He finds Flippin underneath. And a travel called on James Flippin.
They talking about Waterberg.
Hector across. Pass to DuPont. Cooper on the wing. EJ Neal. Substitution, Balboa ball, 16 on the shot clock. Skip it into DuPont. Milo gets inside. Pass to Cooper. And foul by Flippin. That is his 3rd. Cooper makes his 1st.
Hey, shooter 2. Rebound, P. Right to you, P. Squeeze it. Let's go.
2nd, good as well. Lead is down to 1 for Minnesota Prep. Lukai kicks to the wing. PJ steps in, shoots the 2. That's off. Rebounded by DuPont. Jump ball is called. As that one favors Minnesota Prep.
What'd you say?
Lukai up the court. 25 on the shot clock.
No, he ain't that bad.
Gets around the screen. Pass to Flippin. Off the glass and just rims out. Balboa foul is against EJ Neal. That's Flippin at the line, shooting 2. Flippin makes his 1st. Alton the boy in. That sends DuPont to the bench. And the 2nd one rims out. Offensive rebound. Knocked out of bounds. It was PJ who fought for it. Get into flipping. Up to Patterson. PJ cuts. His pass intended for flipping is tipped to the defense. Malott spins. They call a foul on Rudy Tahir. Bounce pass, Milo. Kicks to the wing. EJ, that's off. Malott comes away with it, dribbles up top to reset. They got a full shot clock. So 2 technicals coming from Alton the boy. Technicals on number 5, Rudy Tahir. Illegal language was used. Alton misses the second. Can't take advantage of the free throws. And a travel is called on Andrew Malott. Almost thought he was about to call another technical, but it was a travel. Different T word. Lukai
Working for that bread, boy. He want that check.
finds a big man on the wing. Hand off to PJ. Between 2, floater and a block. The foul kind is called. The foul is on Daniel Amaya. We got 2 shots. First one is good. Second is off, rebounded by Cooper. Amaya. Now it's EJ fouled on the floor. That foul's on PJ. His first, team 5th. They get it into Andrew. Over to Alton, back to Andrew. On the baseline, he's stopped by PJ. Wide open for Du Bois. Flippin' takes it away from him. Lukai between the defenders, and he lost it out of bounds. Into the game, number 10, Odier Lange for Minnesota Prep. That puts Quadre on the bench. Also in Linz DuPont for Balboa. He'll check in for Daniel Amaya. Andrew gets past Rudy. Nice layup by Andrew Malott. He goes coast to coast. Lukai around Alton. Gets it back in the post. Spins out of the double team and a foul. That one is on 30. Alton Du Bois, his first. So the first on Du Bois, 4 on Balboa. That one spins in for Lukai. Jawan Grant subs in for Rudy. Second goes, 33-30. It is Minnesota Prep on top in this one. 11:30 or less to go. Malott, into the corner. Baseline drive is stopped, and Cooper is fouled by Grant. So now 6 fouls on Minnesota. Next one puts Balboa in the bonus. EJ up high, over to Andrew. Shot clock is winding down at 10 seconds. EJ up top. Just get the shot off. Should have been a shot clock violation. They're going to let it roll. Lukai with the left goes down. Out of bounds on Minnesota Prep. Substitution comes in. Rudy Tahir in for Lukai. Well-deserved breather for Patterson. Malott up to DuPont. Close defense by Edwards. Foul is on PJ. Coach Patterson and the crowd thought it was a push-off. And now we got the 1-and-1. First free throw is good. And the second, good as well. So shot clock going to be reset 2 above the magic number today. 26 on it. Pass into Alonge. Black 10, sorry, called the wrong color. So black 10, Andrew Malott. Flipping up to Jawan, but the pass went off of David Hector. Pass inside. Lynn's going to be fouled by Jawan Grant. It was blocked by Flippin, but they're going to call it on Jawan, I believe. They do. So Jawan picks up his second, and that's 2 attempts. First one is good for Linz. There's Lukai and Decker come back in. It's Flippin and Edwards to the bench. Second is short off the rim. Lukai. One-on-one with Hector. Has to give it up to Rudy. Under 10 minutes to go. That ball knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with Minnesota. 10 on the shot clock. All tied at 33. Alonge off the glass, misses, gets his own board, and is fouled going up for the shot. That's on to Sean Cooper. First attempt by Odier is good. Amaya back into the game. Cooper to the bench. Second one rims out. Over the back, called on Lukai. So we're in the bonus. We'll get free throws off of that one. First one rolls in for E.J. Neal. And the second goes as well. Ball stolen on the inbound pass and put in by Linz DuPont. They get it in now to Lukai. Balboa on top by 3. 9.5 remain. Has a screen from Decker. Decker drops. And an offensive charge. That's the third foul on Lukai. PJ checks in for a launch. Balboa with some movement up high. Backdoor pass, Malott with the reverse. And a foul called on him. That puts Juwan Grant on the line as both teams in the bonus from here on out. First one goes in. And he sinks the second as well. DuPont skip pass to Andrew. And steps called. Grant inbounds to Lakai. Kai waits for the flash on the wing, gets it to Grant. Back to Lakai. He drives and blocked by E.J. Neal Jr.
Terrible. No, Athens was worse. Athens was terrible. Ever. And we was there twice. A year.
Juwan into Lukai.
At least twice. We was there twice last year.
Pass up to Decker, shoots a 3. He misses, and it's over the backboard.
I was there 3 times. We had an event there, and we had the post-grad championship there.
Good movement by Balboa. And stolen in the corner by Grant. PJ behind the back, and a touch foul called on EJ. So what started out loose in the first half has now gone down to some touch fouls here in recent minutes. PJ sinks his first. Second goes as well for Mr. Edwards. It's now a 1-point lead for Balboa. EJ across. Could have been a call there. Nothing done. Cooper underneath. Timeout called by Balboa. 13 left on the shot clock. Balboa on the inbound after their own timeout. Hector on the wing, has a screen. Shot clock running out. Hector gets it back, got to get a shot off, and stolen by Grant. Has the defense trailing. Put back goes. Amon Decker doing what he does best, rebounding and putting it back on the offensive side. Alton up to Cooper, over to EJ. PJ almost with the steal. Foul on the floor, Decker, but we're in the double bonus. Game has slowed down dramatically over the last 2 or 3 game minutes. EJ misses his first from the charity stripe. Second goes. Lukai, no look past the Decker, up to Grant. And what do you know, another foul. This time on Alton DuBois, his second. All tied at 40 with 7:26 to go. First one is in. Second goes for Juwan. Grant on the ground. Jump ball called. That'll be with Balboa. This will be Andrew Malott inbounding it. Pass down low. Out of bounds. Stays at Balboa. Gets it up top, David Hector. On the drive, Malott blocked. Amaya follows it up, good for 2. Ties us back up at 42, under 7 minutes now. Lukai, good pass, Decker, and 1. And he is fired up after that one as S comes to the scoreboard. Fouls on Amaya. S goes in for Amaya. Decker not able to convert the three-point play. Fought for it, out of bounds. Timeout called by Balboa. DuPont guarded by PJ. And an obvious call there. Arm fully extended. Pass over to PJ, now Lukai. Not in too much of a hurry. 2-point lead. Screen from Decker. Up to Juwan. Good fake. Gets the three off. And makes it. 47-42. And here comes that Minnesota Prep energy. Foul on Grant. And it's a double bonus both ways. Andrew makes his first.
Two got shooter. Pitch, P. Rebound this. Catch it, P. Weave. Get open. Hey, get open for one. Stretch.
Second rims out. Quadre on the board. PJ over to Lukai. Gets out of trouble. Across the half. Pass Quadre. Back to Lukai. Goes baseline. Knocked out of bounds. That'll stay with Minnesota. .16 on the shot clock. 4-point lead for Minnesota. 5:39 to go. Inbounds to Decker. Two guys coming in with the next dead ball for Balboa. S on the defense. PJ goes at him, and they'll call it to make it even on both ends. So no substitutions were made despite two guys at the table. S has it. Gets it back to EJ. Ball tipped. On the ground, it's loose. It's PJ coming up with it. Let's see what they call. It's a charge. Foul's on number 2, PJ Edwards. That's the 4th foul on PJ. Cooper is trapped. Up to Andrew. Now it's EJ. And one for EJ Neal. Foul is called on Quadre Watts, his second. And that one is good. 3-point play. Out to PJ over Lukai. It's a 1-point game. Lukai has a screen. No look pass to Decker. Misses the shot, but he is fouled. Fouls called on EJ and Neal. First one is missed. And the second one falls. 48-46. Andrew across the line, dribbles to the wing. EJ fakes. Jumper is off. And PJ was fouled by EJ Neal. So a little PJ on EJ contact. First one is good. Second one goes as well. Balboa on the inbounds, full court pressure. They get it to Andrew, nice pass up to David Hector. And they reset back up top. Currently trailing by 4. DuPont picks up his dribble. A corner 3. That's off. And a rebound by Mon Decker, his 5th rebound. Lukai has a screen from Watts. Pass in and out of bounds. Timeout coming by Balboa. Full timeout. They currently trail 46-50. Balboa gets it off to DuPont. Now Alton, Cooper, Andrew. Back to DuPont, and they'll reset with Malott, sorry. Shot is off, and PJ steals it up to Grant. That's a block and one. Juwan Grant almost gets a technical, tells him he's too small. Foul is on Andrew Malott, that's his 3rd. So 2 subs in, EJ Neal and David Hector. S and Cooper go to the bench. Converts the and one play. That extends the lead to 7. Andrew, pass to EJ. 3 on the move, rebounded by Watts. And it's Lukai the other way. Another great grind session matchup here. Presented to you by Tanager Sports. We're at the final game of the day, Latitude Longitude Classic. Ball out of bounds on Balboa. Make sure you tune back in tomorrow if you're not able to make it. Games start at 12 o'clock Mountain Time with our first matchup being Core 4 and Ron Institute. They have 7 games, an hour-and-a-half intervals, so after 12, it's 1:33 and so on and so on. Come back and watch. Unless you're in Phoenix, come check us out. We're here at St. Mary's High School. Quadre Watts just gets it off to Grant. Pass into Decker. Stolen by Amaya. We got a foul underneath the basket. That's on 12. Quadre Watts. First one is good for Hector. Hector sinks 2 of them. PJ up to Grant. Over to PJ. He resets. 5-point lead for Minnesota. 2:15 to go. They don't have to be in a hurry. A lunge up to Grant. Down low. Decker good off the glass for 2. 55-48. 120 seconds left. Andrew fouled on the drive as things are starting to get a little ticky-tacky here on the fouls.
Hey, Pete. One, you got to do. You got to do. You got to do. Hey, we're taking off the rim. We're going. Taking off the rim. We're going. Stretch with it.
First one is good for Malott.
Hey, two, you got shooter. Pinch. Rebound. Let's go. Come on, stretch. No, you good. No, you good. It's coming.
Second, good as well. They don't broke the whistle. Offensive foul called on Juwan. So another foul, this one on Lukai. That is his 4th. First attempt goes for David Hector.
Hey, shooter two. Rebound one.
And he sinks them both. 5 of 7 from the line for tonight for David, making them now when it matters. Juwan catches it between defenders. Passes to PJ, 3-point lead, under 90 seconds. PJ to Lakai, 10 on the shot clock. Charge called on Lukai. That's number 5. Andrew Malott with a chance to tie it up here. Up top, Andrew. Backdoor pass. Amaya, good for 2, and it's back to a 1-point game. Clock is running. At least 2 possessions are left. Got to waste as much time as you can, get a solid shot. Timeout called by Lukai. It's a full. You're tuned into the grind session presented by Tanager Sports. 55-54. Minnesota Prep on top. Not the player of the game, but I wanted to talk to him. Lukai gets the ball on the inbound. Shot clock at 10. Skip to Jawan. Off the dribble, no good. Big rebound by Decker off the glass, good for 2. Still a 3-point game. Shot clock is off. On the drive, Hector lost it. And Jawan gets it. We got a timeout called. Minnesota Prep.
Coach. He heard him, then, let's fix it. I just put
They get into Lukai. He has his pass stolen. Alton drives. And he's fouled. It's Amon. 4 fouls on Amon.
So you just gonna let him get fouled? Okay.
First one is good for Alton.
Box out, shooter, rebound, it's coming off. It's coming off, squeeze it. It's coming off. It's kind of box number 24 hours. It's loose. You got shooters you want. Now. Right now. Grab it. Grab it.
Both are good. Timeout called. 7.9 in the game. It's a 1-point lead for Minnesota Prep. it inbound to Lukai. They foul him. Foul is on 2-4 Black. That's David Hector. So Lukai, a chance to make it a 3-point game if he can sink both. First one goes. What? And he missed the second. Anybody's game here. Andrew spin move, knocked loose, and that is the ball game. Minnesota Prep holds on. 58-56. Minnesota Prep takes the victory over Balboa School. Make sure you tune in starting at 12 p.m. Mountain Time tomorrow. First game will take place. We'll be back here. The grind session presented by Tanager Sports. Up next, we got an interview with my guy, Mikey Davis. He's at half court with Lukai Patterson. We'll cut it to Mikey for the interview.
I'm here with Lukai Patterson. Hold on real quick. I'm back with Lukai Patterson. Lukai finished the game with 11 points, 3 rebounds. Hold on.
What's this for?
5 dimes. That's a dime, bro.
Oh, a dime, but I'm tweaking.
GPA? ACT? SAT? Lucas!
Oh my God.
Nah, but we had a great game here by Lukai Patterson. Tell me what's going through your head right now. You got a lot on your mind.
Just a hard fought-out win. We didn't come out ready to go. So, I mean, it's just a good, okay win. We'll take the win.
How you feel about your performance that game?
I could have probably took care of the ball a little better. Made the last free throw right there. But, I mean, we got it done, so I'm happy with.
I respect that. You know, this is, I want to say, at least 4 or 5 player of the games this year for you. You know, keep it going. You know, you could make your way into that, player of the year movement. You know, just keep going, keep grinding. You know, you get fouled a lot, but you know how to draw those fouls. So just keep your head on straight and keep eating. You know, that's all you can do. And keep doing them no look downs, my dog. You feel me? All right. Good luck the rest of the season, dog. That does it for us on day 1 here in Phoenix, Arizona. We'll catch y'all bright and early at 12 o'clock. See y'all tomorrow.
Mikey, when you did that, all the camera caught was from your neck up.